This woman thought she was dating Dacre Montgomery from Stranger Things. This person had asked her to even leave her husband. During our investigation, see what we found out.
After we had been together for a little while, he gave me an ultimatum. He said, listen, he said, it's either your husband, he said, or it's me. And I said, look, there's no competition. I said, you treat me better. So I told my ex-husband, I said, listen, I said, it's not working out. I said, you're not letting me be me. You're not letting me be free. I said, I think you need to leave. So he left. Within 2 months, he was gone. My ex-husband is out of the house. I said, I'm separated from him. I said, there's no one here except for me and, my daughter, Rain. I said, it's just us. I said, now it's your turn. I was like, if you're going to be with me, I said, you have to make efforts. I said, even if those efforts are just getting, your own step away from her.
Dacre had agreed to leave his girlfriend to be with Michaela, but we wanted to know what exactly was making her think that this whole thing was real.
When Stranger Things season 4 came out, the day before it came out, he texted me and he said, hey, you need to watch episode 4. And he said, if you don't watch anything else, watch episode 4. And when it came out the next day, and he showed up in that episode. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, who else would know that? And he would send me poems, which I am a poem reader. I've actually got his book here. And the poems that he was sending me are things that would go along with things like his style of writing. And so that's another thing that kind of confused me.
Why does this famous guy need money from you, Michaela?
See, I wondered that too. And then he explained it. He said, if I try to use my bank account, she's over it. He said, it's, joint. He said, so she keeps all the stuff. And he said, so I would have to ask her all the time. And I understood that point too, because my ex was very controlling over our money. Well, then it kind of went on for a few weeks. And then all of a sudden he came back. He said, would I be able to ask you to help me here and there if I decided to, separate from her? And I said, well, I can't help much. I said, but I can help a little bit here and there. Before I knew it, it was turning into $100 and $200 gift cards. But the thing is, when I tallied it all up, it was $10,000-ish.
Dacre promised Michaela